Alfredo, Sebastian, and everyone for being here, for the invitation. It's super good for me to be talking about this, about crypto, about blockchain, about the technology that really passionates me. Um, I have to say it, my native language is Spanish, but I do my best with English. So if someone has any doubt or question, you can, raise your hand and I will find another way to explain myself, okay? Well, the idea today is to tell to you, everyone, about this incredible new technology that is having massive adoption for different governments, big institutions, and obviously for the retail public too. So the idea is that you can understand what is behind these crypto values that goes up and down and then higher than the ones before. And the idea is to understand the logics behind that, so you can then make your own study, but with the basis a little bit better, So if you have some questions in the middle of my speech, please just raise your hand and let's do it a little bit more interactive. Will be super fun to understand what are your needs in this thing. So as Alfredo was saying before, I'm Pedro Iñiguez. I'm a tech entrepreneur. I have more than 4 years working on this industry. The way that I started was kind of fun because I have a super good friend that started investing in crypto and he has good results. So I tell him, I don't know if you see this meme that says, "Shut up and take my money." Well, we start like this. My friend has very good results on crypto and I say to him, "Shut up and take my money." And he started to invest. The results was very good. So I tell to my parents, to my friends, and suddenly the people wanted to invest in crypto with us, but they didn't know how to do it, where to do it. The people that try it sometimes get scammed. So everyone was giving their money to us, to my friend and me. So in one moment we say, okay, it's clearly that people want to invest in crypto. We have a very big opportunity in here. This is a technology that is not adopted by governments and institutions yet, but it's going to be it. So let's do it. Let's make a company and let's help to the people interact with this technology on the best way. So that's how we create Chameleon, which is an investment company. We have our main focus into the asset management, and we have 3 investment funds. We have one investment fund on Bitcoin, and we are totally specialized on Bitcoin, another in fundamental assets of the blockchain economy and industry, and then a third fund in early stage assets. So in that way, our clients come here and they just diversify their risk between our funds. But it's super important, and the idea of this moment is to explain what is behind that funds. What are the assets that we invest and why we invest on them, and how it works, this ecosystem. So here the idea is to comment the rise of this new digital economy. And first, what is digital economy? In some words, we can explain a digital economy as economy based on digital technologies, obviously, but where the data, the connectivity, the automatization, the decentralization are redefining how we work, how we transact, and how we create value. Because what is changing in specifically, what is changing is that the trust is shifting from the centralized parts, and with that I mean banks, institutions, that they are in the middle of every transaction that you do, at least that you do it with cash. Well, the idea is that this trust is shifting from the centralized systems to the decentralized system, to the one that needs code and consensus of a massive massive amount of people. So the money is becoming programmable. The assets are becoming borderless and more liquid, because right now, with my bank account, I have some difficulties to send money to you, to anyone in this meeting. Actually, probably the bank will take a fee. The times are not going to be short, and I have to make a lot of explanations to send the money to Nikita, for example, that is in this meeting. So with crypto, I can send to Nikita the money with a very, very, very little fee in 5 minutes, and without passing for any institution or any third part that is making the things a little bit more expensive or more complicated. This is a presentation about my company, and there is like a market a part where we, because we use this presentation to explain the clients and what is our company and how it works, the industry behind. So when we talk about crypto and blockchain, the first thing is that you need to understand what is the blockchain technology, because crypto is the finance manifestation of this technology. And what is this technology? The blockchain technology is a technology that allows the user to save information and to send information, and you can make the custody of all this information on digital assets. The digital assets can be anything, like can be money, can be personal information, can be important data from a company. So all of this, you can save it into this technology ecosystem, call it blockchain. But there are different kind of blockchains, and every blockchain has their own focus. The first one, it was Bitcoin. And I think that most of you already hear Bitcoin before. Well, Bitcoin is an asset that today is going like to make some kind of competition to gold, not to the dollar. Okay, most of the people think that Bitcoin came to be the payment coin for everything, but the real thing is that Bitcoin is a digital currency. You can pay with Bitcoin, but it's not created just for that. It's created as a store of value. Okay, and what are the logics behind of this? It's because Bitcoin, born in 2009, when there was the subprime crisis in United States with all this real estate bubble, people had scared to put their money in the bank, because the banks has this percentage of money that they keep borrowing, and a little percentage of your money is the one that they really custody. So the thing is, if everyone go to the bank to ask for their money, the bank will not be able to give you back your money. So when this start to make concern in the middle of this United States crisis, is when this market that I'm showing you here in a brief resume born, and it born with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, the idea of Bitcoin, it was to make a limited supply of digital assets. So that's why Bitcoin are just there are only 21 million of Bitcoins. There is no more, there is not gonna be more, and just can be less if those Bitcoin just get lost. And I will explain that after. But the thing is, in some moment of this 2009 or 2010, a guy called Satoshi Nakamoto created the blockchain of Bitcoin and the Bitcoins. And this Satoshi Nakamoto, no one's know who is it. And this is because he didn't want it that the blockchain and the Bitcoin technology was associated to any country or to any person. He wanted something that is from everyone, is for everyone, and no one is like more owner or have the rights over this technology, most than the people that really interact with this technology. And he put into this world the decentralization concept into the technology, applied in the way that we see in Bitcoin. The things that are super amazing, and how, and I'm gonna explain this making the comparison with gold. Okay, with gold there is no infinite gold. Okay, there is no infinite Bitcoins neither. But the thing is, in Bitcoin, you know that there is 21 million. In gold, you don't know how much gold are in the world. Actually, they found a new mine of gold in Argentina past month, and this is new supply of gold into the market. So the prices of gold went down. With Bitcoin, you know that there are 21 millions, and there's not gonna be more. Now, the gold, you have to mine it. You have to go with the, the tools to the mountain, and you make, big holes until you get to this mineral. Well, in the case of Bitcoin, you have a proof of work too. You don't have to go to the mountain or to the cave with the tools, but you have to connect your computer into the Bitcoin network. And what you're doing when you connect your computer is to mining the Bitcoins through the validation of the movements that are occurring into the Bitcoin ecosystem. So in other words, if I'm going to transfer Bitcoin to another wallet, when I do this transfer, there are multiple, massive, a lot of people with computers behind, or in fact, there is not the people making anything. They just connect their computer with special programs, and then they are giving the computational power to the Bitcoin network. So there is a lot of people connecting their computers from all around the world, and they are all validating that actually I have that Bitcoin that I want to transfer, and the address is okay, and I get in a good way the Bitcoin that I have, and that's why I can transfer it. So like everyone is validating that what I want to do is right. And when everything validates, the transaction, it goes okay. So what is the incentive to these people to connect their computers? Okay, because these 21 million Bitcoins, they were all in the blockchain Genesis block, how it calls, which is a block of this blockchain. Blockchain becomes of the word like block chains, like a lot of blocks. Every block has transactions and the information of all the blocks behind. So if you want to hack blockchain, you cannot, because you will need to hack all the blocks of this blockchain. And every day this blockchain is more longer. And the thing is, you need more computational power than all the people that is mining Bitcoin to just change it. And that is not profitable. Like Bitcoin doesn't have so much money as the money that you have to invest to have some bigger computational powers. So that's why no one tried to hack Bitcoin. The people try to hack to the people that use Bitcoin, like the users, but not the chain, because the chain is too expensive. It not make sense. So the idea of this is that everyone is validating, is super secure, and everything that happens on this blockchain, you can see it in a blockchain scanner. So it's everything super transparent. Everyone can see the information in a horizontal way, not in a vertical way as today. Like if someone finds a gold mine, probably there are going to be a president, a governor, and a lot of people that is going to know this before me. But in crypto and blockchain, everything is on chain 24 hours, and you can see everything, and no one can lies you in that sense. So Bitcoin gets a lot of competition to gold because it has a supply, limited supply, because it's decentralized, because it's transparent, and because it's secure, and because this asset, you can fractionate it. So you have 9 zeros, like you have 1 Bitcoin, but the minimal way to refer to Bitcoin is 0.000, like 9 zeros, 1. That's called 1 Satoshi. So the idea of this is that you can, buy Bitcoin in the amount that you want. You borderless can send it to any part of the world. You can save it by your own, because here is another important thing. Like, if I put my money in the bank has my money. And actually, they didn't have it in the reality. Like, they borrowed like more of the middle of the money to another person, and it's going making turns over there. But if I have my money into a crypto wallet, if I have my Bitcoins in my Bitcoin wallet, actually it's the same that I have a bill in my pocket. Because the only person that can open that Bitcoin wallet, it's me, the one that created. Because when I create a crypto wallet, the crypto wallet gives me a password. But that is a password that no one else have. So if I lose that password, I lose my funds too. Okay, there is a lot of responsibility on there. But if I don't lose that password, and I have like security ways to save it that are okay, I'm going to have my funds by myself, and no one is going to be in the middle like doing things for me. So that's something that a lot of people really give value to it. I'm gonna keep going. If we go back to the gold comparison, it's super interesting because gold, it was super easy to get in the beginning. Like, if you think like more AdSense, they just see the gold in the land and they take it, and it was super easy. But then the gold is start to be more difficult to get, because everyone was getting out gold until they have to make big caves and super hard process to get that gold. So in fact, it was more expensive, and it takes more longer to get less gold than before. And that's something that makes gold a good store value, because it's limited, and every time it's getting harder. The proof of work is getting harder, and it gets more valuable, this asset. Well, with Bitcoin, it happens exactly the same, but in a technology way. So this Bitcoin blockchain, it has a code. This code, no one can hack it, because as I told before, it's not profitable. Like, really don't make sense to hack Bitcoin. And then the code that is written, that make the rules of Bitcoin, it says that the miners of Bitcoins, the people that connect the computer and a port and give the computational power to this network, are going to have back Bitcoins as reward. But in the beginning, the reward was 50 Bitcoins. And then 4 years before, the reward of Bitcoin, it turns to the middle to 25 Bitcoins. So what I'm saying, the people that it was connecting before to mine Bitcoin, they earn a lot of Bitcoin, 50. But the price of Bitcoin, it was too low yet. But then in the years go forward, and by the code, Bitcoin has a thing that is called halving, which cuts to the middle the rewards to the miners. So in that way, is the metaphor of the gold, where before was too easy to get the gold, and then you every time get less gold, or it's more hard. With Bitcoin, is the same. You at the beginning just connect your computer and you have 50 Bitcoins, and then 4 years before you have only 25, and then 4 years before you have only 12.5, and every time it's go until 4 years. Bitcoin, it has a halving that cuts to the middle the reward for the miners. And how this get into the market? And here you can see this graphic, which it shows all the crypto market. This is like the market cap, and with that I'm saying all the coins with all the prices. And you can see that the market cap of crypto, it was going up here. Then they have a bear market where there was a little bit flat. Then we have another bull market. We speak about bull markets when we have like market going up, because the bulls attacks from down to up, and we call the bear market when the market is going down, because the bears attack from up to down. And that's a way to explain it in the New York finance places. All are talking about bull and bear markets. It's like, from the stock market is super classic. And in crypto, we had this bull market here. And then we have a downtrend that makes a bear market. As I said, there was a little bit flat. Then we had bull market, bear market, flat, bull market, and now we're seeing what is happening right now. And I'm gonna tell you in what context we are right now. But the thing is, until 2023, until this year, there was not institutional or government adoption. Crypto, it was all from people like me, or my parents, or any one of you, like retail investors, people that just buy a little bit. You don't wait too longer, and then you sell your coins. Well, the thing is, this is evolving from the time. As you can see, the chart is clearly an uptrend, but it has economic cycles, and this is one economic cycle, the one that you see here. Then you have another economic cycle, and we are starting just another economic cycle right now. But the thing is, this economic cycle that we are living right now is totally different to the ones that we lived before. Because, and I have to explain the effect of the halving to you understand better. When the halving gets real, like every 4 years, we had a 2006 here, 2020, it was the other halving, 2024 is the other halving. So what happened is that the miners get the middle of the Bitcoins that they get before. So as they have the middle, they can sold the middle to the market. But the market is demanding exactly the same than yesterday. So the thing is, we have demand and offer. Well, the offer down to go to the middle, but the demand is still up and maybe even higher. So when we have that, we see that the prices went up. And Bitcoin is like the industry leader. So when Bitcoin starts going up, all the other cryptos are going to follow Bitcoin. So it's super interesting what we see here. Like we see an uptrend, and then when the prices were too up, we have this downtrend. But all of this, like this flat space, uptrend, downtrend, flat space, is one cycle. Then we have the other cycle. This period that I tell that is like a little bit flat is like the accumulation period, when the people that understand this technology start buying in low prices. Low prices, you buy, and then you have bull run, high prices, and then you have bear market where all of these coins that you accumulate here went up here, and you sold it here, and there's another accumulation period. And it was like the way that the economic cycle on crypto starts working. And here in 2020, we have the other halving. As you can see, in 2026, we have a halving, and this went up. 2020, we have a halving, this went up. And then in 24, well, sorry that this is not the most upgraded graphic, but in 2024, it was like the other halving, and Bitcoin started exploding. And actually, we get into all-time highs the past week, over the $110,000. So it's super interesting what is happening. And the other cryptos usually follow Bitcoin, not like in the same time. Bitcoin goes up first, and then the other ones. So people today is storaging value on Bitcoin, but not only people, countries. Like we have the European people which make a new law, which is the MiCA law, that attempt to regulate all this ecosystem. United States is putting a lot of effort in make crypto adoption. Actually, they make a strategic reserve of the government about the Bitcoin, and actually are also approved the ETF of Bitcoin and Ethereum, which Ethereum is the second biggest crypto, and this is making that the market, it got this new adoption with this not only retail that as the adoption that we see before in here is also institutional governmental. And the idea of this is that the retailer, it has like a investment profile where he put a little money and for a little time. That's why we have 4-year cycles. But right now, with the ETFs and with the adoption that we are really having from the institution and governments, they have a profile investment that they put a lot of money and for over 10 years. So what is happening right now with Bitcoin in particular is that maybe the economic cycle will take a little bit longer than before. It's going to happen maybe what happened with gold when the ETF goes up. Gold has a super cycle the year after the ETF went up. So what we are seeing right now in Bitcoin is something very historical, is super important. This is a market, as you can see here, that over or almost 3 trillion. There is no market of 3 trillions that went to zero, never in the economic industry. So we can really trust in this category of assets. But you have to understand that it's an early stage industry. So the prices moves a lot. They're not going to be in zero. I really doubt that Bitcoin can have a future like this. Actually, I see Bitcoin over $1 million in 2030, like in 5 years more. And this not like only a speculation of me, is what the people and the big asset managers are saying. And we are talking about a 10x in Bitcoin in maybe 5 years or a little bit more, but 10x, like you put $1,000 and you retire $10,000 in a couple of years. And this is not because magic, and I'm not promising that prices neither, but these are projections that are founded on the adoption of these assets. Because as you can see, crypto in the highest moment, it has $4 trillion market cap, all crypto, like Bitcoin plus Ethereum plus all the cryptos. But you know what is the assets under management of all the world? There are like 900 trillions, and crypto is just 4. So what I'm saying with this is crypto is just like 0.4.3% of the assets under management of the entire world. If we just go to 4%, which is super considerable, and what's the asset managers thinks that is going to happen in the next years, we have a 10x in the whole industry. So the most little assets into this industry can explode even more. So well, here you can see like the market cap of Bitcoin and the market cap of gold, how it's going to with the different years, like the difference in the performance. It's clearly that Bitcoin is in an earliest stage, so it goes a little bit more higher every time, and a little bit more down too. But if you accumulate this percentage of profitability, is super interesting. So what we're happening right now, we have, and sorry because this is in Spanish, but I'm gonna tell you in English. We have institutional adoption with the ETFs of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and there are asset managers super big like BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, and a lot of asset managers that are bringing new clients to this digital economy. We have that Bitcoin is not infinity, so it's going to get over some time, and every time that we have a halving, there is less Bitcoin getting into the market, so that makes that every time is going to be a little bit more valuable. We have new policies like pro-crypto policies that was totally new, like until the past year, you don't have like tokenization rules, laws, you don't have like institutional or governmental standards, but right now you have MiCA in Europe, you have fintech in here like South America. In United States you have like all the government super pro crypto. Then you have like the stable coins. The stable coins, are fighting very well with fiat, because you can send a stable coin. If I want to send like money to any part of the world, I prefer to send it in USDT or USDC in a couple minutes for a low fee than do it through the bank, giving explanations, and as I said before, with a big fee, or long time of transference. And the other thing that is hitting the market very well is all the world of altcoins and early stage projects that make tokenizations and tech advance. Like today, we see that blockchain is working together with all the NFT protocols. DeFi, DeFi is like decentralized finance, where you can borrow or you can lend, you can make, you can get into liquid pools. You have like IA agents, where are like working very well on blockchain, because the IA agents needs to get the information from somewhere, and when this somewhere is tokenized, is in a blockchain, you have the traceability of the information where the IA is getting the information. So you know that the information is okay, no one hack it, no one put their hands on it, and no one's make something that is fake, because it's in blockchain and you can trust in blockchain. So I started speaking about Bitcoin, but what about the other cryptos? Well, the other cryptos, they are super interesting too, because in the history, it has Bitcoin first, with this blockchain that allows transactions and custody of this money by my own way, and no one can hack it. But then Vitalik Buterin, which is an entrepreneur too, understand the blockchain, and he created his own blockchain, which is called Ethereum. And it was the second crypto and the second blockchain. And what's the idea of Vitalik? It was to take that blockchain structure and make it for not just the payments or the store of value as Bitcoin. Make it this unhackable to make smart contracts. The smart contracts is a concept that born with Ethereum. And the idea of Vitalik, it was, okay, people today make their codes on Python, for example. But that's hackable. You don't have, the traceability of this is, limited in some ways. So the idea of the smart contracts is that the people make the same codes, like they make applications, they make, automatizations on all this stuff. But instead of doing with Web 2 technology, like Python, they do it with Web 3 technology, which is, blockchain. And here is something interesting. Like, the difference between Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3? You know what is it? No? Well, I can tell you about the principal difference. In Web 1, people just can consume the information on internet, but you just can see it. Like, go and scroll down, and you can see what the developers put in internet. Only you can consume information. But then it born the Web 2 with the .com, and it was super radical, because now everyone depends of the Web 2. Like everyone, we use WhatsApp, we use Facebook, we use social medias, we use internet for a lot of things. And the idea of Web 2 is that you not only consume the information, also you create information. So you can go to a social media and you can upload your photos, your thoughts, or you can make your own website, and as user can create and can consume. But the biggest problem of the Web 2 that we are usually taking every day for everything is that all that we create is not ours. Not ours. It's like if I put up a picture on Instagram, it's from Mark Zuckerberg. If I put a thing on Twitter, it's from Elon Musk. And what I'm doing is I'm giving all my digital assets about information, not my money, but my information, all the things that I search in internet, all of these things are things that get into the computers, into the servers of centralized companies. But Web3 has the advantage that you can consume your content, you can create content, but also you are owner of your content. If you and this is like an example, if you go to Instagram, you put your mail, your password, and then you get into it. If you forget your password, you can put I forget my password, and they will give you another one, and you're okay. If you want to change to Facebook, for example, or to Twitter, you have to put your mail, another account, and you have another another social media without your things, and you have to upload the things over here, upload things over there. But in crypto, in Web3 social medias, you get with your wallet. In your wallet, you have your money, but also you have your personal information. And you get with your wallet and you connect to the social media, like the Instagram of Web3. You connect the wallet to the Instagram of Web3. And then the information is with you. If you disconnect your wallet from the Instagram of Web3 and you connect then your wallet into the Twitter of Web3, the information moves with you, because the information is not in the application, is with you. And you put your information in the sites that you want that this information can show. But you are not giving all your digital information and personal assets to these centralized companies. So it's super interesting what is happening here, because that's a way that I have to explain it for in social medias, but it happened in everything. Like companies as mine, even like we have servers, and those servers, the Google servers, the Amazon Web Service, they are all centralized. But as soon as this blockchain it becomes more adapted, and the protocols goes a little bit bigger, we see a lot of blockchains or projects that tells to you, hey, why you're putting your information and all your data in the hands of these persons of this centralized system? Why you don't put it in code, in something that is decentralized, in something that can be hacked, in something that you can see if there is any movement of information, because it's traceable? So this is kind of one of the advantage of this technology. So what Vitalik Buterin wanted to do is to make this Web3 space a place where everyone can create different automatizations, apps, or whatever they think, and create it in a technology base where is everything secure, traceable, transparency, decentralized, etc. So when he bring Ethereum to the world, there were a lot of competitors that started to make their own blockchains, and that's why we have a big market today. There is Bitcoin as store of value. There is Ethereum as a way to build over this technology and to make things for everyone, borderless. And then you have like other cryptos that are trying to do exactly the same than Ethereum, but working better in, I don't know, like speed of the transactions, or working better on the securities protocols, working better on, there are different things that you can see, because you have Ethereum, you can create, but also you have like expensive gas fee. Right now they make an upload, and they have gas fees a little bit better. So if they want to transfer something into the Ethereum network, the cost of this transfer is a little bit lower than before. But you have other competitors like Solana or BNB, which are blockchains that also allow to you make smart contracts, decentralized applications, DeFi movements. But the thing is, they are more faster and they are more cheaper. So every technology, it has their own focuses, and if the technology is good, the people and the governments and the institutions start adopting that technology because they really want to use it. What is happening with Ethereum, for you to understand, for example, is that Amazon, as an example, Amazon says, I want to tokenize my supply chain. You say, okay, so what do you really want to do? I want to automatize everything on blockchain of my supply chain. So if I have my stock and suddenly I have some product missing, there is going to be a smart contract reviewing the list. He's going to see, okay, this product is getting off, so I'm going to ask for this product. The smart contract just bring the product, distribute the payments to the people that sell the products for me, and then this product gets into the list, and the smart contract itself sends also to the people of the company a resume of all these movements, and people don't do nothing. Only the blockchain and the smart contract works, and you know that it's not going to be like human mistakes. You know that there's all the traceability of the movements of the product, of the payments, everything. So Amazon really do this, and UPS do it too, like the traceability of the sending between the different parts of the world. Nestle, it has the traceability of the origin of their products, also trusted on blockchain, certified. And there is a lot of companies that are using these smart contracts to make better their processes. And the only cost that they have is the gas fee of the movements. So, but the gas fee is super little. But the thing is not paid in fiat; it's paid on the crypto of the blockchain that you're using. So that's why Ethereum goes up or why Solana goes up, because as it's a good technology, the companies, institutions, and the people that is using it, they have to buy some Solanas or some Ethereums to pay the gas fee, which is super cheaper, but you have to buy it. So there is a lot of people around the world that they are not even seeing the price of Ethereum or Solana. They just buy because they need a little bit of this to make the transactions and to make the program works. So it's super interesting because here you're not seeing the uptrend market with just speculation. You're seeing real utility. People is using this. That's why they have to buy it. And they are even not looking the price because they don't care. They just want, this, how to say, like, prime matter, like, it's, I don't have the word in English, but it's the thing that you need is like the as the name said, the gas, the natural gas of this ecosystem. You want to use smart contract works, you have to take a little bit of Solana, Ethereum, or BNB. It depends on the blockchain that you are to make it work. So that's the idea. And what happened in the economic cycles is that Bitcoin started going up because of the halving. The money flow start getting into it. Bitcoin start to make, the uptrend, direction. And then when Bitcoin goes a little bit up, some people start, to make profits. These profits goes to the another cryptos that they are not going up yet, which the next one after Bitcoin is always Ethereum, and then BNB, Solana, and then the cash flow start entering by Bitcoin, but then goes to the rest of the crypto assets. And the thing is, the crypto assets more the crypto asset that the people more use is the crypto assets that probably are going to follow Bitcoin more quicker. So in the past year, it was Ethereum. Right now, Ethereum has more competition. So we are seeing what is happening, but it's still the second blockchain most big in the world. As you can see here, you have this like things of blockchain that are super interesting. Decentralization, security, transparency, immutability. There are things super important into the crypto and blockchain assets. Here you have like, the things that you can do with blockchain. You have in some way the smart contracts where you can, make the supply chains work, contracts, automatizations. You have, the digital coin way with global payments, loans on microfinance. You have, all of this about data. You can make intellectual properties, titles. You can make voting systems with this. Securities. You have all the finance world with financiation, debt, different capital raising. So it's super interesting, and as you can see, you have a very good adoption in this world. Like different countries, it has very millions of users. North America now is getting a lot of users right now. Is getting almost as Asia in this moment. You have this kind of companies that are using crypto and blockchain like every day for their process, and this is how you can see like the market. You can see the Bitcoin price going up, then down, then up, then down, and this is like the market cap of the asset, and the orange line is like the MBRB set score, which is an indicator. But the thing is you can see like the economic cycles, how they're going, and now we are like in this way. So it's super interesting. Here you have the whole market chart. As I showed you before, you have like a first uptrend, downtrend, upturn, and then you can see that we are going to an uptrend right here. We actually, and right now that I already try to explain a little bit of Bitcoin and the other cryptos, I wanted to say that we see this potential. We see that a lot of companies are using the technology to really work better, and that the people and other institutions are also using this technology in Bitcoin for storage of value. So we started a company, and it was super interesting that we are investing on the different projects, but also we tokenize a couple companies, and we did it by ourselves. Like we put in practice all of this I was talking to you. So we make a token on blockchain from our own company, and we had people investing from every part of the world. That there's some people that put $100, other 1,000, other doesn't matter. Like people from everywhere, like investing in us. We have the finance to make real our company, and now the earnings that we have, we just give it back in a percentage to our investors. And this is all in blockchain, all in crypto, and you can see it. And there no matter where my investor is, he's gonna get his money without problems. And another thing that we did it is to tokenize another companies too. So we get like a venture capital, but not because we put the money from ourselves to start the business, but we make all the technology that is needed for these businesses to raise capital around the world with their token. And it really works. Like people is not selling their equity. They are not asking for credit into the bank. They are just selling a percentage of the incomes of the company. So if you say, okay, I have a 100% of income, I have a cost in my business, I don't know, the 50%, and the 15% I give it back always to my investors. So if the company is good and it grow, this 50% is gonna be getting all the time, and it's gonna be a good investment. If the company does not make good, this 50% is gonna be too low, and it's gonna be a bad investment. But indeed, the idea is that they sell a percentage of their incomes directly, and if the company goes well, they go forward very well, and the investors can access into these companies without too much requirements. Like sometimes it's difficult to invest in an early stage. Like if I wanted to invest in Uber or in Facebook, I couldn't. Like they are not going to call me, and my ticket was probably too low to get into an investment like this. But right now, with blockchain technology and tokenization, everyone can invest on the early stage of the different companies, and that's super good.